When you think of Jeep, do you think of luxury? And if you do you think of ultra luxury? Well, if you don't, I bet you by the end of this little tour on this Jeep Wagoneer, I'm gonna change your mind. It's Uncle Jacob Motors and Mischief. Let's take a look at this beauty right here. This is a 2022 Jeep Wagoneer. This thing is so loaded with features, you're not gonna believe it. Like, let's start out with this one. What happens if you're in the vehicle and you want it to be a little higher? Let's go ahead and start it. Take a look at this. There's the back raising up. Is that not cool? And then it switches to the front. Back to the back. But what happens if you're like, you know what, that's really cool, but I'd like to get in and have it be a little bit lower, because it gets pretty darn high. I mean, look at the suspension difference on that. Let's say you're coming to your vehicle and you're like, I'd like to drop it down a little bit. What would that look like? Pretty sweet, huh? But it doesn't stop there. Check this out. When you look along the side here, that's some pretty clean lines, right? Well, there's something a little bit hidden here. Watch this. Look at that. What I really love about this is that it's contoured. So not only does it come up and hide itself, eventually, there we go, but it's contoured. Is that not a nice touch? But look, that's enough about the outside. We'll check more on that later because I want to show you this color. This is a pearl color, and it might look just fine to you, like white's white. Wait till we put this up against a real standard white one outside. Let's get this out in the sun. We're really rainy here in North Idaho, so we got to take the sun while we can get it, because I really want to show you what that color looks like when we go outside. I'll introduce you to Dylan in a moment. He's here at the Findlay Post Falls location. Dodge, Jeep, all kind of awesome. Ooh, there's like a white van. That's perfect, because even though that's just a van, you might think that's not the best example. It's still a similar color. Look at how that stands out. Are you starting to see the difference now? It's a little loud here, I apologize. They're right off the freeway. But look at the difference between that white. Very bright, very stark, and really cool. Is that not the neatest color of white you've seen? It almost takes on a completely different hue outside. One of the things I like to do when we hop in a new vehicle is just, how does it feel? What sensations does it give me? This one should feel like ultra luxury, because these are pretty spendy. You can spend $70,000 on a Wagoneer. Now the Grand Wagoneer, which we'll look at next, that's another whole class. You can spend up to 112 or so on that one. So let's hop into this one. So my first thing is, how does the door feel? Solid, okay? The lift comes out. Let's hop on in. This here's Dylan. He's with Findlay Jeep in Post Falls. Dylan, thanks for letting us climb all around your rig here and check this out. So, oh man, my first impression with this, it feels like you're climbing into this massive cockpit. I mean, like, this is cool. This feels so big, and it gives the impression of something substantial. And the first thing I notice is we've got a big screen here. We got, look at that, that's huge. So since you and I don't know much about this, let's walk through this with Dylan. That's why I asked him to join us, somebody who sells a lot of these and really knows the ins and outs. So Dylan, as I'm looking, wait, what just happened down there?
That's your wireless charging pad. Works with all your smartphones. You just set your phone right on it. You see the blue light, it's now charging. Right down there.
That is so cool. Now, as I understand it, this is on the standard Wagoneer, that is just a cover, right? But if you go to the Grand Wagoneer, this is also another screen, is that right?
It's another 8.4-inch touchscreen that controls your seats, your climate, massage features, everything to do with the front
massage features. Wow, that's pretty crazy. I mean, there's so much right off the bat on this. I really feel like I need a tour guide. I mean, this stuff's just pretty striking, and oh, look at that, got another charge ports in there, a little cubby hole. Ooh, that is deep. There's a lot of room in there. And another one, my gosh, there's cup holders and things everywhere. And look at this, what a neat little touch that is. They could have just put a recess button or a flush button, but instead it feels like a little module. I like that touch. I like little touches like that. So walk me through this, because it's almost overwhelming in a really cool way. Like, I don't know where to start. When I look through here, I got all kinds of zones for the seats. which, let's touch on that for a moment. Right off the bat, that's an impression for me that I like. Whenever you have a lot of features on a vehicle, if they're hard to get to, like you got to go menu deep and deep and deep, they tend to not be used. And so I really like these shortcut buttons. So what do we got here? Obviously, it looks like heated seats.
Heated seats. All of this is touch. You have heated seat, high, medium, low, and then your zones for your back and your bottom, and you can alter between them or choose both.
Ooh.
You have air-conditioned, ventilated seats, high, medium, low. And then steering wheel, high, medium, and low.
Oh, really? That's wild, dude. This is exciting. So, let's start over here now that we've had a moment to sort of take this in and see all the coolness. Now we need to start looking at features. I think you would agree. And so the first thing that I really notice is this beautiful big display up here. This looks like it has navigation on it. I see miles per hour. What are my options on this one? What all can you do with that screen right there?
Well, that screen is a mirror of this one's navigation. If you have a destination set, it just mirrors it over to the 7.5-inch screen that's on your dash. It shows you turn by turn along with your route, tells you when your turns are coming up. It takes your eyes off the center display and keeps them more on the road. Yeah,
I mean, I think so, because when I'm looking here, a quick glance up and down, and I just noticed something. I see a speedometer up there. What am I looking at there? That's a heads-up display.
Your heads-up display will show your speed limit. It also has traffic sign recognition, so it tells you the signs on the road.
That is so wild.
It'll tell you the speed limit you're supposed to be going, the speed you are going, along with turn-by-turn directions that are in with the factory navigation. And then it also has adaptive cruise controls, and it shows you your distance up there.
Can you see that in the video? I'm not sure if it shows up, but there's just a little speedometer right there. We'll drive it, because of course we got to take it for a drive. Ooh, I'm feeling the heat in the seat. I didn't even realize. Yeah, look at that. Oh, that's nice. Oh, I can get behind that. Now, if we were in the Grand Wagoneer, which again we'll look at later, are all the seats have massage, or is it just the passengers?
The front two captain's chairs.
So as a driver, I can get my back massage. That's wild. Oh, I can't wait to check that out. But I tell you what, this is certainly the would you call this a standard Wagoneer? What would they call that? Or just a straight Wagoneer?
This is a Wagoneer. It's a Series 3, so it does have some more features than a Series 1.
Okay. Okay.
Some of those would be like your rear entertainment systems that you can barely see behind.
Oh, yeah, we'll hop back there because there's a couple really cool features on that. About, you know how kids are always like, are we there yet, are we there yet? There's a pretty neat feature that I want to check out that I haven't seen yet that should answer that question, so we'll definitely dive in the back. But the Series 3 gets us some of those features. Look at, even from here, look at the size of that screen. What? I didn't even see this. There's so much in this vehicle that every time I look around, there's more. Like, the first thing I started seeing is this and how big this is right here, and we got controls here. But look, there's more controls up there I didn't even see. What do we have up here?
So, starting from left to right, you have an automatic garage door opener, universal remote.
Awesome.
Coming over to your center, you have a trunk lift. You can turn on your lights for if your doors are open or off. Turn on all your lights automatic or manually.
Now what light? That's everything? Just
that
like
is
interior?
all the interior lights all through the cabin.
Oh, look at that. There's another sunroof back there. I didn't even see that.
This one is a full panoramic sunroof. When you hit open,
oh, it's
on
like
automatic,
a double. Look at that.
By default, it stops at the very first one. And if you open it up further,
wow. Wow. You see, I told you we needed a tour guide for this. It's that big. Sometimes we could just hop in vehicles and do our own thing. Not something with this much capabilities. I mean, it's incredible. That is cool. I feel like we're almost outside. It's like letting the outside inside. That's pretty neat when you're in a Jeep.
A lot of customers like it because it takes away from the feeling claustrophobic in a big vehicle that's all closed off. When you open it up, it really gives you a lot of visibility.
It totally does. And I just got to pause here and turn this. How do I turn? Am I missing now?
You just touched the actual icon.
Oh, I wasn't hitting the right spot. Yeah, that's so warm. That heat's like, you know how sometimes when you turn heats on, after a little while, you start feeling it's kind of nice. This one was quick and it is very warm. How about oh, that feels really good. That is nice and warm too. Yeah, and it depends on where you live. Up here in North Idaho, there are still days like today, even though we're normally summer everywhere, we're not here. It's still rainy. We had to jump out in between the rain clouds. So heated steering wheel in the morning might still be nice. And if it warms up, if you live a place where it either gets warm all the time or like here where it's like cold and hot and cold, if you don't like the weather, you just wait a little while. I'm gonna try this. I'm like, there we go. Now this actually, how do I have both of those on? Oh, this is just the zones.
That is just the zone. So
oh my gosh. I feel that air. I have a Raptor, and I know Jeep people are probably like, but no, we do tons of Jeep stuff. But it has cooled seats, but I do not feel it that much force. That's like I can feel that air blowing on my back. That's nice. Okay.
And when you remote start these, if it's 72 to 68 degrees is kind of that perfect climate. If you're dramatically colder than that, when you remote start it, it'll start warming up the steering wheel, your seat, and the interior cabin. But if you're a lot warmer than that outside, say in the wintertime, or in the summertime, you remote start, it starts cooling off your seat. The leather seats will be nice and chilly, and it starts cooling off the whole cabin.
You know, I don't know about you, but if I'm gonna buy a luxury vehicle, I kind of want it to take care of me and prepare itself, the environment for me. And I just want to point out yet again, now I see a whole nother array of controls down here. What is all of this? Obviously that we know what that is. That's our shifting knob.
So you got multiple different modes. Auto mode is where it's going to spend a majority of its life.
That's basically probably where you start it. You just turn it on, it automatically goes into auto.
Auto mode, it'll sense the environment you're in, going off your temperature and the speed and your driving style, and it'll change the power delivery to the wheels. It's a full-time four-wheel drive system. You can put it into sport mode. It lowers the, if you look over to this one, it'll lower it down one more to the aerodynamic ride height.
Aerodynamic ride height. Ooh, that is fancy.
You'll see it pop up on there.
Oh, and it shows me here. It's with the arrow going down. We're dropping down. And yeah, I feel like we're getting into a sports stance. Okay, so, oh, and I got a little gauge there. Can you see that little gauge? So it's not only shows me when it's going down, but I'm like 2 from the bottom. So there's still one more.
So sport mode changes up the shift points.
Ooh, I got a picture.
It really tightens up the suspension, the steering, gives you more of a sporty feel.
Oh, it changes the steering too. Oh, I like that. That's getting my attention. Okay, so that's down, and now we got normal. What was that right there?
Snow mode.
Snow mode. Well, like I said, we use that a lot here.
Snow mode works fantastic.
Awesome. Man.
Then you have sand and mud. It's going to automatically lock it into four-wheel drive.
It does. Okay.
It also raises your height. Your traction control turns off.
Really?
That way, if you're stuck in sand or mud, or if you're just out playing in it, it takes away the limited slip feature. So now you have equal power going to both wheels.
That's something we should probably take a moment on, because normally if you have a very luxury vehicle, you're not going to have this off-road. And I'm not saying you take this one out jumping, but it's pretty awesome that it's capable if you want to go out in the sand on the beach, or if you just want to play a little bit. I think that's pretty cool.
Jeep is proud of their four-wheel drive systems.
Yeah, and I'm glad they didn't skimp on it here. You know, I was saying there's buttons everywhere. Well, these are kind of cool, because I guess you were saying these are haptic feedback on this?
They're haptic feedback, so it's a touch screen that vibrates and gives you an actual haptic feedback.
See. That's cool. I like that.
And that button you're just pushing is the one that turns on and off.
Oh, that turns on and off. Which we haven't even looked over there. We'll have to climb into that one. Oh, let's turn this one off, because that's for the passenger. Oh, did I not turn on? We'll climb over. We'll drive down, and then I'll swap sides, and I'll see what it's like over there as a passenger, because you want to be comfortable as a passenger. Okay, now we shall get it on the road. When you're driving, you gotta have tunes sometimes. I want to hear how the stereo sounds in this one. So first off, how many speakers we got in this? There should be
19.
19
plus a powered subwoofer.
What? Oh, a powered subwoofer. Oh, we got to hear that. All right, let's crank some tunes up here. What do we got?
What kind of music?
Man, we'll just pick anything. Okay, we can't always play the music in here for copyright, but holy cow, Joel probably put something else over that, but that bass hits. I am blown away by that. Most of the time you want something like that, you got to pay aftermarket company to put in, but You will not need to change it in this one. My goodness. So what is the speaker system in here? Yeah, what do we got here?
This is the only vehicle on the market with Macintosh sound system. So with that, you have another display on here that is the Macintosh design screen. Gives you your output levels for decibels, and it's just a nice little.
Oh my gosh. If I was driving this, I would have that on all the time. And you know what the cool thing is? I could still have that on and still have my nav up here. That's impressive. And those gauges are fun just to watch. Oh, I really like that. Man, there's so much to do here. I could probably sit here all day without driving. I know we got to get a drive because everybody's wondering what's it like to drive, what's a heads-up display. So let's take it for a quick little drive. But I mean, wow. It's an experience. I don't say that too much, but this feels like an experience. I like it. So one thing I always like to see is the smoothness. You can tell a lot about a vehicle when you just go from park to drive. How does the transmission feel? Does it kind of clang in? Is it lug? So let's put this in. You barely notice it. If you weren't paying attention, you wouldn't even hardly feel it. Okay, good start. That's very smooth. All right, let's see what we got here. Oh, smooth acceleration. Oh my gosh. Wow, that's very good. I didn't give it much gas, but it was just enough to very smoothly accelerate. We'll do a slightly more accelerated version of that when we get out of the parking lot here, but so far, it continues that luxury feeling. I will say that. A little bit of a bump here, not too much. Very smooth also. Okay, let's... All right, we'll give it a little bit of acceleration. Oh, look at that, speed limit 20. It knows it knows I'm breaking the law. That's so cool. I mean, it sort of spoils some of my fun, but it's pretty nice to know what the speed limit is, because oftentimes you're driving a road and you're like, what is the speed limit? You got to look at the nav system, which down here, it does give the same thing, right? 20. Yep, 20, and I see it up there. That is so cool. When you're driving this, it still continues to give you the, whoa, the brakes are responsive, wow. The feeling of something substantial is how I'd put it, solid. Sometimes you get into vehicles and that solidness, you kind of lose it a little bit with steering, but not in this. Where shall we head?
Wherever you like. You know how on most vehicles you can't start typing in navigation while you're driving?
Yes.
It wants to be stopped. Mm-hmm. On this screen, I can click on the navigation and I can search for whatever I want, view this same map, and then I can send it over to here. So say we wanted to go to a Walmart. I can start typing in Walmart. I click that, plan it out, and I hit send to driver.
What?
Now it asks if you want to do it, accept. And just like that, we're routed on there, here, and your heads-up display.
Oh my gosh, it's up with heads-up display. This vehicle is so much fun. Oh, I am really enjoying this. Okay, let's try it. Let's just, let's follow this nav system and see what we got. That's very clear right there.
You will arrive at your destination at 10:53 a.m.
10:53 a.m. You heard it. And I do see my next turn up here. Oh, and you can mute that if we want. Nice.
I can set it so that it'll just tell you when your turns are coming up or give you route guidance along the way.
Okay.
Or mute it completely.
All right, here we go. This is fun. This is a very fun vehicle to drive. Wow, lots of visibility. That's another thing too, rear view mirror, even though you got that back hatch, can you see that? That's still pretty decent. I don't feel like I am in as big a vehicle as far as visibility goes as I am. That's kind of impressive. Lots of times you get in something and it's pretty, it's closed off. It doesn't feel like you've got a lot of room in the back to see through that rear view mirror and out the back hatch. All right, this is cool. I hope you can see that heads-up display because it's so cool. And I'm speeding again, look, 25 on 36, but you could hardly tell you're even going on this thing. How do these things do with just sound deadening and soundproofing?
Soundproofing, sound deadening are big. All these doors, everything is sealed. It is a Jeep, so everything's weather sealed as well.
Is it? Even on this one?
Even on this one.
So that's one of the questions that I had, was that when Jeep went to luxury, did they kind of cut out some of the off-road capabilities, right? No. They did not.
This is still your best-in-class four-wheel drive system, best-in-class towing. This one
Best
we're
in
driving
class
right
towing. Right, so we got to look at the engine. We haven't even had eyes on that one. What's in this?
This is a 5.7 Hemi.
That's a
this
pretty
one
solid
here,
size.
This one's gonna have a 7,200 pound tow capacity.
That's very respectable.
Your Grand Wagoneers with a 6.4 Hemi are gonna have just a hair under 10,000 pound tow.
What?
Yes.
10,000? My gosh, that is substantial. Wow. All right, that's impressive. Very good. Let's find a place to get back in the lot, and we'll pull this over and we'll take a little bit more looks. Oh, quick turn. I did that on purpose. That was a quick turn on purpose, everybody. Quick turn on purpose. All right, let's pull over. I want to take a look at that, and I want to take a look at the back, and we want to look at the engine too. But this is fun. Okay, look, so we're driving here, and he's like, hey, I can look at the front. You can look at the front camera?
Yep, I can go through any of the cameras, a top view, front camera, a wide angle front. I can view the reverse while we're driving. It's just all those features that the passengers can go ahead and play with while you're out on the road.
Man, we're gonna have to take a look at some of the cameras too, because one of the things I'm hoping in this one that I haven't seen yet is that 360 surround is really helpful. I think that is one of the coolest additions that we've had. So maybe we just park right by this, like something right there, and then we can try some of the...
Shift it into reverse and it'll automatically come up on here. So you have your top view, your rear view.
Look at that. That's my turning radius. Wow. Oh, that's really a nice feature. Look at that. Wow, that is really cool. I've got the normal ones you're used to here, but you see that there?
Then you can use a wide angle reverse.
Okay.
Wide angle front. The front trail cam.
Oh, that's so cool.
And then your backup cam. And if you do have a hitch on there, you can zoom in where the hitch would be.
That is really nice. When you're backing up and hitch, you remember those days when you had to have somebody spot your head, you get it out of your vehicle like 10 or 15 times because you're like, you get out, you look, I got a little bit to go, and then you go too far and you gotta hop back in and move a little bit forward. Because if you got a heavy trailer, you certainly aren't moving the trailer. So that is a nice feature. Yeah, so you can see how right now it's showing that I would hit that vehicle. Sorry about that. That I would hit the vehicle over there.
You probably would.
That's really nice though, because if you are on a trail and you are going around obstacles, it's really nice to know, because you can't really see, no matter what the vehicle is, I can't see exactly where I'm at, but I can here. Something I just noticed is it was really hard for me to see that screen over there. And apparently, Dylan was saying that is intentional. And I get it, because I got a lot of stuff here to look at. I got this, I got this, I get this. That would be one more thing, especially if somebody was playing. Could play like a video on that?
Yes, you can hook up to the HDMI.
Yeah, you see all that stuff under there? Let me tilt this down. You see all that? There's like hookups galore down there.
HDMI, Fire TV, all your navigation. You can pair your own Bluetooth headphones.
Yeah, I might have to like go way over here so you can see that.
But it's set up so that it's not going to distract the driver.
Yeah, that's pretty dang cool. I like that. I wanted to get a feel for what it's like as a passenger in this baby. So first off, I'm going to adjust these. Yep, that's perfect. Oh yeah, you can totally see that now. And what's really cool about this is I could be doing my own thing and it's really just me. Dylan wouldn't know. The driver wouldn't know. I could do whatever I want. Listen to my music. Oh, look at that. That's so cool. I can adjust the screen. Yeah, see, he can't see over here. That's so cool. Isn't that neat? I love it. And I'm obviously just learning how to do this with swipe, but I can adjust the screen. Oh, look at that. So if I'm driving at night, I want to dimmer a little bit. That's awesome. I like that. And this is where you're looking at the cameras?
Yes.
That is so cool. I mean, I'm not sure all the different applications why I would do that, but I really like it. Or if we were navigating something, I wanted to watch this while you're paying attention to something else, you could totally do that. Oh, this is cool. I'm gonna hop in the back. I wanna see what it's like back there and how roomy it is too. Okay, so yeah, you can't see over here, but you were saying I should click on Fire TV?
Yes.
All right.
So if you have kids in the vehicle and you want to keep track of what they're watching or what's going on, either
no way. And so this would have both of the whatever they're playing back there?
Yep. Or you can listen in just with your headphones, or you can actually turn it on and watch by hitting launch source.
That's wild. Let's climb on in the back, shall we? That goes way back. That's really comfy. And that is one of the biggest rear screens I've ever seen. I feel like I'm on a really good airline.
Make it a little bit easier.
What? What was that?
You got one on your side too. It's a
What?
nice sunshade.
Oh my gosh. What a cool little touch that is. I did not expect that, actually. That's pretty sweet. Look at this display. So what is this?
This is our rear climate control. Auto. You can set. You also have high, medium, low on your seat
My
heaters.
goodness. Wow.
And you can adjust the fans. There's vents along here.
Oh, there is right there in the door. Whoa, that's cool. Okay, I like that. That is a nice touch, because a lot of times back there, it's hard to get the rear air to get pointed directly at you and really feel it, but not here. You definitely always need a place for your drinks. So we got 2 right here. And really, I'm not a huge guy, so like a little over 5'10", but look, I've got room to spare here. And I think this seat's pretty far back. So that's excellent. You don't have to have, I mean, kids aren't gonna be a problem, but if you have adults back here, they're gonna be very comfortable, especially the seat tilts back. I really like that. Let's see how easy it is to get in the 3rd row seat.
Button.
Oh, that's a button. Look at it. It's even easier than I thought. I was making it too difficult. That's way easier. Let's climb back here. Oh, what was that doing?
From right here, you can recline these seats. So this will recline it all the way down. But say you already had it down because you're using the back for cargo and storage, you can click it again and it'll raise it up. I can also raise and lower your side as well from here. But I
really?
Click that.
Of course you won't, because I'm back here, but all right, so
What's back here? More chargers,
more chargers.
more vents, and electric.
Oh, no way. Even the people in the farthest reaches of this vehicle, and it is pretty far back here, because look, that front's way up there. That's like, let's tilt this back.
And even with this center seat all the way back, I'm 6 foot even, and I fit in here with a few inches of leg room.
You know what you do?
More than comfortable.
Yeah.
So I got 5 inches of leg
So
room.
you still,
and
yeah,
I'm
you
6
could
foot
still
even.
squeeze. See, that's not bad. If you got a 6 foot person back here, and these guys have their own control. Ooh, it's suddenly a lot cooler to sit in the far back. I would have no problem riding in the far back at all. And I could still hook up my own devices. That's pretty sweet. And that's how we get out. Yeah, it's
do
fun to
select
do.
forward even further.
They do if you press that forward. Whoa! All right, climbing out. That is so neat. I love it. Okay, moment you've all been waiting for. What does it look like under the hood? All right, Dylan, let's pop this baby. There, of course, is your front camera. That's also got a little spray cleaner, very convenient. This also has, what do you call the louvers that open and close for your...
It's an active air dam.
An active air dam, okay, that's
Helps
cool.
with road noise, volume, and engine cooling.
Volume too, huh?
Yes.
I love it. Wow, that's a nice touch. I like that right there, Born America. Pretty clean. That's pretty darn clean. That is a big engine. That is a big engine. That is a big compartment with a very large engine. And that's not even the big one, right? Because you're saying only on the Grand Wagoneer, that's where you get that even larger one?
Yep, the 392 Hemi, which is a 6.4 liter.
Wow, that's wild. Good example was we're backing back into the bay here. Oh my gosh, look, so what is that? What are we seeing there?
Those are all your
Just
sensors all the way
sensors.
around the vehicle. So as I
Wow.
back into this delivery bay, you will see that it starts highlighting where I'm getting close.
Like, gosh, look at that. That makes it so easy. You've got warnings basically go over there. Okay, yeah, I see the one going off on the side, which we are getting close to the side. But you can check here where we're at as well. Oh my goodness, that makes backing into tight spots so easy. I was actually a little nervous about that, but why? When you have this, you look like a pro. And you get the warning that comes up here. Okay, so that mirrors that one. Yep, that's your proximity, I guess, distance warning.
Yep, and you have it all the way around 360 degrees.
Yeah, that's nice. I like that. That is only really just a tithe of all the features on this vehicle, which really brings me to my next point. Whenever I buy a vehicle, if you're gonna buy a luxury one like this, I feel like the vehicle should be experienced, but my my walkthrough on purchasing it should be experienced too. And there's no way I could remember all these features, which brings us to something that I believe is a really nice touch for this vehicle, and that's the ambassador program. So what I'd like to know, Dylan, is if I buy this vehicle and you're an ambassador, what does it take to become an ambassador? And what does that mean to somebody that's looking to buy one of these really incredible vehicles?
Becoming a Wagoneer ambassador is about 50 hours or more of training, plus continued training moving forward with as the product grows and develops. What it means though is you're going to get very special treatment. If I have to come out to your house to do a home delivery, I will. We're going to spend as much time as you need going over the vehicle and set up further appointments. Every time you have questions about it, I can either come to you or you can come to us, and we can go over every feature that you have questions on.
And this vehicle, you guys take care of shipping too, because a lot of people that are going to be watching this aren't in the Post Falls, Coeur d'Alene area or Spokane, Washington area. So this one I believe is going to Vegas, and you guys handle all the shipping.
Yes.
Now I have a question. There's two parts on this one. There's no way I could remember all the incredible features on this. Do you provide support after someone gets this? Because I believe that one of the actual risks here is I'd get this amazing vehicle and I wouldn't use half the features because how could I remember them? Do you guys address that?
Here at Findlay, we're pretty big on support after the sale. After you buy a vehicle, the support and customer service doesn't stop there. So it's a working relationship.
I like that.
As questions come up, that's what
so
I'm here for.
If I wanted to take a little video or just send you a text message with a picture on a question, are you responsive to that? You guys would help me with that?
Most of the time, that's what I recommend to my customers. There's a lot to these vehicles, so I always ask, text me a picture of the button or what you're looking at. Let me have a chance to actually view that picture and then give me a call and we can go from there.
I love it. What a fun experience. This vehicle is awesome. I hope you enjoyed it. The next one we're going to check out is actually the Grand Wagoneer, because there are some differences, including massaging seats, which personally is the one thing I want to check out. But if you need an even bigger engine with more towing capacity, that's available too. We'll put that link at the end. We'll also put this guy's description and link and phone number and everything to contact you down below. Dylan, we appreciate it. Thanks so much for taking the time.
Thank you.
Was that fun? I enjoyed it. Check out the next video. It's Uncle Jake on behalf of Motors and Mischief, taking you out with, the patent pending fist bump on friendship. Whoop-ow. Look at that. You can already see the color. To see how that doesn't look white, I'm going to have to run. I can do it. Come on, Jake. Home screen from your phone. So we've got... Now I'm screwing that up. I'm going to have to do a retake. That'll be in the bloopers. What is... Goodbye, Wagoneer. I wish I could take you home with me. That vehicle's so cool. I really want it. I want to go get it and take my wife for a ride in it. It's so awesome. That was fun. Now we're gonna go get back in our other project vehicle, and we can't compare the two. It's not fair. It's another Jeep. If you like Jeeps and you like projects, that black one right over there is a 1999 Jeep Grand Cherokee. It's pretty cool too. We put a big lift, new engine in, all kind of stuff. And I won't compare. I cannot get back in here and compare that one. It's not fair. Not fair at all.